to the Lord. That's the subtitle of this day, this part 3 message of principles of holy living. Lending to the Lord. Somebody said lending to the Lord. Now, this is talking about, I just read Deuteronomy chapter 15 verses 7 through 11 as a foundation for this principle that we're going to teach on. We're talking about principles of holy, which is righteous, which is good and right and correct living. A lot of times when you say holy, people get all spaced out. You know, when you use the word saint, people get all spaced out. A holy person and a saint are the same. That's a person who's trying to do what God wants us to do. That's all it is. A saint is not a person who's never sinned. A holy person is not a person who's never made a mistake. A holy person and a saint and a righteous person are people who have purpose in their heart that they want to make an A for God. They want to do what God wants them to do, but they understand that every once in a while they're going to fall short. But their objective, their motive is spiritual what? Starts with a P.
Prosperity.
Perfection.
Oh.
Now, my question is, this is my question. What do you give somebody who has everything?
A Bible. Jesus.
What do you give a person? Let's use God as an example. God has what? Everything. What are you giving? He has everything. He has you whether you realize it or not. And he has me. He has everything. So what are you giving?
Worship.
His answer, whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. If you got sense, you give him whatever he wants. So in this principle of godly living, we're going to look at what God really wants from us. And we've messed this up as human beings. We've messed this up. See, we think when you start talking about what God wants, people start talking about money. That's not what he wants. He already owns it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. He might give you something and he might take a loan out from you, but he's going to pay that back with interest. Every time God okay, here we go. Watch this. This is my personal belief. As human beings, everything we have comes from who? God. That's my belief. Watch this now. He very often wants to borrow these things back from us so he can, watch this, he can be glorified through our generosity to others.